Man, that was fun. It was nice. I like that. I like that. Where did you hear about this movie?
I was just doing some quick trailer hunting, and then I found it, and it's like, we got to watch this.
That makes no sense, but okay. I feel like you're hiding something.
No.
Are you secretly a hipster?
No.
Are you? Yeah, because that's what a hipster would say. They would say that they're not a hipster.
No, I just saw something that was actually looked really original.
Well, today, I'm sure none of you guys have ever heard of this in the slightest. I have no idea how Ray even heard of this. Oh, by the way, M's here with us. Say hello to the kids, Em.
Hi.
Yeah, no one wants to hear from you, Em.
Nice to be back.
But yeah, this is clearly wasn't a big name thing because you can watch it on Amazon Prime, which is where we saw it. So I guess it wasn't in theaters, but you can see it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it was in theaters and video on demand, so it was...
That doesn't make any sense. Theater's not going to make any money.
Maybe those little artsy-fartsy theaters.
That's not a real theater. It's just like a hopped-up place with a big TV. Anyway, we saw this movie called Dave Made a Maze. And it's going to take a moment for me to get my bearings. I don't know where to start with this. So, Ray, you want to give us a plot?
Well, yeah, the plot on this movie, Dave Made a Maze, is pretty much unemployed man living with his girlfriend.
He's not unemployed. He's an artist.
Well, that's unemployed. He's an unemployed man living with his girlfriend, and he's living off of his parents' money, or whatever they deem to give him. And he constructs a maze in which he gets lost into it. So it looks like, when you're a kid, you're building one of your little tent castles in your home.
What's the maze made of?
The maze is made out of cardboard.
It's like cardboard boxes.
All the cardboard boxes.
All right, so he builds a maze out of cardboard boxes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he gets lost inside of it.
You're making it seem really simplistic. You're making it seem it's not as simplistic as that.
It pretty much is that simple. Like, man builds a maze and he gets lost in the maze.
I think there are other people involved.
He gets lost in a maze and his girlfriend walks in and he tells his girlfriend, hey, don't come into the maze and I can't come out. And she's kind of frustrated that he doesn't have a job and he's not going anywhere. And she kind of calls his friends over to find out.
His best friend.
Hey, what's going on with him? Why he doesn't want to leave this little cardboard box? Because when you look at it, it just looks small.
It's like 3 cardboard boxes.
Put together.
It's one main one, and then he taped a couple extra to the sides and whatnot.
It's like the size of a doghouse.
It does look like the size of a doghouse, but he winds up calling his friend, and his friend calls a collection of other people that randomly just get to his house.
To fuck with him.
Really excited.
Well, no, his friend calls all the other people to fuck with him because this looks completely retarded.
That's like,
yeah, come out of the fucking box, dude.
That's like,
I'm lost in here. Don't tell anyone else. Okay.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Dane, come look at what this asshole did.
Yeah.
This fucking moron.
This guy won't get out of
it. I would have called everybody you know.
Take pictures.
To bust your balls.
Look at this guy. This guy's freaking smoking inside. Because it looked like there was smoke plumes coming out of the little air vents.
The way it was
inside.
set up, he has like a little fan on there to look like a ventilation system and all that and whatnot.
They start to actually say, fuck it. We're going to go in there and we're going to come get you. This is bullshit. And you start to think they're going to pull his leg out really easy. So they go in and they're like, what the fuck? 5 feet into the labyrinth, the whole joke is gone. Now they're in a totally different world. You're like, you know what? We were actually laughing about this 5 minutes ago. This shit ain't funny.
Things get serious.
This shit is real.
To an extent. It gets serious to an extent. I don't care how serious you say. I'd be fucking around and having fun in there. Right up until the point where I got hungry and I was like, okay, seriously, we need to leave.
And pretty much it's a pretty fun movie. I mean, they're going through looking for Dave, and when they do find Dave, it's how they're going to escape. So the whole movie is based on them trying to escape certain obstacles and movie traps and the maze in the core sense. But the movie is really fun, and I really wish that there was just a little bit more to this movie. The movie starts out strong, ends pretty strong as well.
It ends on the same tempo as
it did.
So, there's that. I'm going to give both of you one word to describe this movie, and that's why I did not think I was going to like this movie. Because you can see right off, they're hipster millennials.
Did you see the trailer before you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, neither did I. So I had no idea what
they're hipster millennials, which I hate. I hate with the passion of a thousand
You mean
suns.
you can't relate? That's what you...
No, I can relate. I just fucking hate him. Because when he calls his friend, his girlfriend comes home and where the fuck are you? you? Oh, I'm in the box. Come out. I can't. I'm lost. Stop fucking around.
Do you think all the characters were hipsters or just?
They all were hipsters. All of them.
Every one of them.
Except for the last, the last friend, the one that looked like, he's like, I ain't got time for this shit, man. Are you serious? You don't want to come out of here?
The one that went to work and came back later?
Every single one of them, except for the homeless guy.
Yeah.
And the Finnish couple. No, I'll say the Finnish couple were hipsters too.
Yeah.
Because that would be why they got them, because hipsters like their own. Like, oh man, these people are Finnish. That's so interesting with their culture. It's an inside joke. Watch the fucking movie.
It would have been more appropriate to have a black guy in there.
It would have, but realistically, hipsters are afraid of black people.
That would have been the first person to die?
No.
Is that why you need the black person?
No.
That would have been funny.
He actually would have lived, and he would have married one of the white girls and had 3 mixed children. But no.
He would have just said, what the fuck? Kick that box over. It's like, the fuck out of here with this shit. Bothering wasting my time with this shit.
You bring me down here from my house. My mom was making me some mashed potatoes and sweet potato pie. You bring me down here for this shit, man.
You think this is a joke? You think this is a game? People live out there in the streets like that. You making a fucking cardboard box in here in your house?
I was surprised the bum didn't want to go inside. Like, oh, this is this is like a condo.
The bum was the smartest thing.
Well, the bum, they got the bum because he's an expert with cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
And as an expert with cardboard boxes, he was like, yeah, I'm not going in there. And that was the last you saw of him.
Yeah. He's like, I need to take a shower.
He was raiding the refrigerator while they were gone.
Yeah, that's a smart thing.
For whatever that's worth. But the whole thing is, he tells his best friend, Gordon, he says, hey, look, do me a favor. I need you to get me out of here, but don't tell anybody. I'm kind of embarrassed about this. Yeah. No problem. So naturally, he gets everyone he knows. He says, look at this fucking retard. He's stuck in his box. And it runs the gamut of the hipsters. You have the couple that's so in love, but they're kind of annoyed with each other. Like, they say everything in unison all the time. It annoys them that they do that because they're in love with themselves.
And they found
someone. Yeah, they found someone who's basically a mirror image of themselves. They're narcissists, like most hipsters. And of course, the girl has the trendy cowboy boots, and the guy has the Kaiser mustache, because that's what hipsters do. You have this blonde chick who's like super excited and super hyped up for everything.
Yeah,
she's just way too excited for every little,
super perky.
Yeah, every little thing that comes along. Whatever. Every little thing that comes along, she's all hyped up for it. He just happened to find a couple from Finland. They were Flemish, 2 Flemish tourists, a man and his wife, and because Flemish.
Yeah, Finnish.
No, Flemish. And he brought them in. He also brought a friend of his who's an aspiring director who wants to do like his own little documentaries or whatever. Yeah. So he comes with his camera guy and his boom mic guy.
Yeah.
And they're both there, the camera and the boom mic. And he's trying to make a documentary
out of this
about this guy being stuck in a cardboard box. There's one more person besides the homeless guy who he brought because he's an expert in cardboard boxes. Was there someone else? The other friend who was like, yeah, this is stupid, I'm leaving. The documentary guy was trying to get him to say something witty about the whole thing. He's like, fuck it, I can't think of anything, I'm leaving. So he just like kind of left. And of course, there's the girlfriend, Annie, played by Mira Rohit Kufu. What the What the I thought she looked somewhat Indian. But now I look at her name, Jesus. Mira Rohit Kumbhaini. Jesus. Yeah, she's got a bright future in the indie movie world. This is just begging for it.
Yeah, she's super cute.
Because Dave is just Nick Thune. So the whole thing is, you can see she's the one that's bringing home the bacon. She's the one with a real job. Yeah. She comes home and she just looks like defeated because, she's working.
Yeah.
He kind of jumps from thing to thing. You see, he has did you see the little list on his wall? Things to do.
Yeah.
And first on the list was fix the door, but when she gets home, the door's still broken.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a list on the wall. It said,
there's a lot of
things
details
to do. Number 1, fix the door. But when she comes there, the door handle comes right off. He never bothered to fix the door. And the whole idea is he's flighty. He can't
finish anything.
Like a child. He can't tie himself down to one thing. Nothing's interested him enough to finish. And he started doing this thing with the cardboard box just on a whim.
Yeah.
And he kind of got carried away. And he made a big labyrinth and he got lost in there. They all decide to go into the cardboard box, and once you go in there, you realize it's like, what was that David Bowie movie?
It's the Labyrinth.
Yeah, okay, there you go. It's like the Labyrinth. But the thing is, everything is made of cardboard.
It's so nice.
And they're like, what the fuck, dude? Did you do all this? You know, because they hadn't found them. They're like yelling for him. It's like, yeah, I did all this, and it took me like 2 days, but I've been stuck down here for 3 days. And,
it's like,
you know, and he got bored and didn't finish it. It's filled with all these inside jokes and whatnot. But the whole thing is, the characters really aren't important.
They're not important.
It's this box, man, because there's so much imagination. And this is what got me. Immediately, I said, you know what? It shouldn't be him being stuck in the box. It should have been him and his chick, and it should have been their kids stuck in the box. Because when they go down there, the way things are set up, as a child, I would imagine that the inside of the box looks like that. Because he had traps.
Yeah, he had traps, booby traps.
All the booby traps are made out of cardboard, you know? And it's like...
I think he meant the booby traps to be innocent, but unfortunately the box was...
axes, spikes.
Taking a life of its own.
The whole thing can't be taken seriously.
Yeah.
I'm sure his friends aren't dead. But the thing is, all of the traps, like you step on the thing and there are cardboard gears that are turning.
It's really inventive.
Which springs a cardboard axe. And the thing is, when it hits you, there's no real like blood. There's like red streamers, red streamers and confetti.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna tell me you actually fucking got killed with a cardboard axe?
Yeah,
that's you're gonna look me in the eyes and tell me that. So it's like red streamers going everywhere to represent the blood. And you're like, oh my god, you know. So it's cute. Ray, you hit the nail on the head when you said, you know what? They shouldn't be looking for their son.
Yeah,
you said that entire cast
should have been kids.
Should have been kids. I was like, boom, holy shit, that's it.
Should have been kids.
One kid says, hey, I built this maze and I'm lost. And the other kid's like, we gotta go get him.
Yeah.
And the kids go in there and it's this giant labyrinth. This is all their imagination. They're kids. They're kids. They're all kids.
And it would have been funny even if the kids wound up dying in the maze because it's just an imaginary thing. It's the kids' imagination. You know, even when you play with other kids, you wind, okay, I got killed in a make-believe battle or whatever.
You've hit the ground. You may maybe throw. The kid would maybe throw the streamers up, but you wouldn't see the kid throwing the streamers up.
Yeah.
And of course, because it's a labyrinth, there's also a monster in there. A giant
Minotaur.
Paper mache Minotaur. I wouldn't say it was a Minotaur.
A human body, like a human chest, a really nice.
Well,
sorry, nice.
Well, a Minotaur would have a human upper half,
and it had hooves, but
it was a Minotaur.
Yeah.
It had a human body.
There's this one scene where we were actually talking through the movie. In certain scenes, we're like, man, it didn't hit me until they walked into a room that kept sinking, and there was like paper all over the place, and there was this giant face, and it climbed up into his mouth, and I said, you know what? Should be all kids. At that point, it's like, this could be like a Spielberg-esque Goonies kind of feel, and it'd be really exciting. Yeah. Kind of like Indiana Jones-ish, too.
I mean, this was like straight up sort of Pan's Labyrinth, sort of Eli Roth.
Yeah.
I mean, this was so creative. I mean, every time they went into a new room, there was something kind of cool. What was the one with the different perspectives? Everything is on a different perspective. Yeah. So this table that you think is the same size as them, and they walk up to the table, actually they turn towards the screen and walk towards the screen, and you realize, oh shit, they're far away.
Yeah.
And when they get to the table, it's like so small it fits in their hand, and there's a picture frame on the wall, but the guy walks towards the wall
and it's really small.
Yeah, the picture frame's in front of him. It's not attached to the wall. It's just so close up to the screen that you think it's on the wall. The whole thing was
really smart.
There's a part where they go down the chute and they land into like this pit of paper, and when they come up, they all look like the paper bags from Fandango.
Yeah, that was cute. I like when the Paper Minotaur came up and like burped, or I don't know, did something
like,
cute.
Oh, that's not scary. The Paper Minotaur goes down, comes back up as a normal Minotaur.
Oh, so cute.
Until he showed up as a normal Minotaur. And they're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I mean, the whole thing was super creative, and who would have thought that cardboard background would support so much entertaining value?
All I could think of is it had to take that crew, like realistically, how long it would have taken, because this was all done with real cardboard. There's no CGI background or anything.
Yeah, no, it's all
These are
cardboard.
all real cardboard boxes that they cut and taped and stuck on the wall in different ways. This would have taken forever.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that no matter how crazy things got, they were still kind of nonchalant about it. Like, they weren't really taking it that that serious. That's what made me say, this has to be an imaginary thing, because no one's really taking it. Like, there was this running gag.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's an inside joke about a scene from a movie that these hipsters saw.
Yeah.
Where a guy comes up and he's like, you fucked my wife. You know, and that's supposed to be
I guess
the thing.
based off of one of those black and white movies.
Yeah, something like that. And they were going back and forth joking with that. When the camera guy is about to be dragged down into a hole to die, he takes the tapes for the camera and throws it at the director so he can say, the tapes. He throws him the tapes so that he could keep the footage from this documentary. And then, like, right when he's about to get dragged down, he just comes up and he looks him right in the face. He's like, he's going to say something inspirational. He just looks at him, you fucked my wife. They drag him down in the thing.
He bursts in a pile of red confetti and streamers.
That's the first time you hear him talk to.
That was the first time he spoke, because he never spoke to the whole thing. You fucked my wife. Yeah. And he drag him down.
I mean, there's few deaths in here, but the few deaths in here that happen are pretty freaking awesome. Like, this guy's impaled and he's got all these spikes in him, and in the spikes they got like streamers coming out of these little holes.
All the spikes were, by the way,
were paper toilet rolls.
Yeah, the paper toilet rolls, and they didn't even look sharpened.
No,
they were just normal paper toilet rolls, and when they slammed into them from the back, you see out the front coming out of the paper toilet rolls are all the red streamers from the blood, and his girlfriend screaming, ah! Because he was impaled with all the paper toilet rolls. This whole thing was cute, man. I liked it.
The director was trying to egg them on to make the situation worse than it was, and everybody's like, no, man, they're just frustrated because they couldn't believe that they were actually lost in a cardboard box. They're just frustrated they couldn't find Dave. And once they find Dave, they're like, okay.
Now, the whole thing is, once she found Dave, she had a box cutter.
Yeah.
And she was like, look, I'm going to just start cutting through the fucking box and we'll get out of here. But his whole thing was, he was like, look, I've never finished anything before. But I was so into this. Look at how much I did in just 2 days. Because I was so passionate about this. I want to finish it. And to finish it, he has to make the core. Like the heart of the box. But once he makes the heart, they can just break the heart and then the whole thing will collapse.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's fine. I just want to for once finish it. Because there's this monologue where
should that be in spoilers?
He's upset.
When they ask him, oh, well, did you make the core? He's like,
I didn't get around to it. Like, no, I got distracted.
He didn't want any weaknesses in his creation.
No, he said he didn't make it because he just didn't get around to it. He got distracted and he got lost. But, yeah, I mean, his whole thing was, he's like, if we have to destroy it, that's fine, but I want to finish it first. Because when he got lost, he could have just started ripping through the walls to get out, but he didn't want to do that because he cared about this. Because he got so far with it. When he's doing this monologue for the documentary guys, he goes into this diatribe, which is way off subject. He just, I've got no job. I'm broke and I'm unemployed. You know what that means? It means I don't feel like I'm a fucking human. My parents just give me money and this and that. And I'm like, okay, where was this for the past like 4 or 5 years while you've been living off your fucking wife?
That's what threw me off, because I'm sorry, to be not empathetic for him, but at that point, I would have been like, it's okay for your friends to die for your bullshit. It's that they lost so many friends when they got to that.
He took responsibility. He's like, look, I wasn't sure that they were going to die, but
he asked them not to come in, so technically that's their fault.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that is true. He told them not to come in. He was trying to find his way out, and they were trying to shake it and break it from the outside, and he told them not to, that everything was just collapsing.
Because he didn't want it to collapse.
Yeah.
Because he loved it, because it was something that he really put his heart into. But no, they ended up, between him and his wife, they made the heart.
Yeah.
And once they made the heart, she took a samurai sword and cut it.
No, he cut it.
And it made the whole thing collapse. And they got out. And I guess everyone just conveniently forgets about the people who died there.
I know.
I thought it was funny because as they were going through all these different rooms, the one guy who left, he came back because he finally realized a good quip that he could use for the movie director guy. Yeah. So he comes back and he goes in the box. And every once in a while, they would just show him going through the same rooms they went through, just walking through, all because he wants to get to the director and give him this quip. I finally found a good one, so we can do the interview over again. And as soon as he gets to the director, he gets like killed fucking instantly.
Yeah.
Before he can do anything. Hey, I got it. He just gets killed like it.
And I was like, what the fuck? And
like, why was he here? No. What was the point of that?
And also, you find the Finnish people, and you totally had forgotten that they were even there in the first place.
Yeah, they're just there eating grapes.
Like
the husband is feeding his wife grapes, and they're like, okay. And they just walk right past him.
Yeah, they walk right past him. But this Minotaur was actually kind of menacing. It was fun. Nothing like life-endangering, but it was just fun. There was this one scene where they're being chased by the Minotaur, and he gets a blanket, puts tape up, and he's like, look. This is an old fort trick. That way you can't get past this wall. It's
I'm making a new wall by putting up like a towel and putting a piece of tape on it.
Yeah.
Guess what? This hallway is now a wall.
Yeah. And the thing is, this would work with kids so much better.
Yeah, because it's their imagination. The whole thing would have been great if it were kids, dude. I don't care if the kids can't act.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered. This would have been perfect. This would have been perfect with kids.
And the whole thing, it could have just been the mom saying, it's a summer. He's just there in his room building a cardboard box maze. The mom looks in there, puts a plate of food on the floor or whatever.
No, I wouldn't even have her do that. I'd have her come home from work.
Yeah.
Because she's never home. She's work. Both the parents are working. And I'd have her come home like, dinner is in like 2 minutes. You better come out here in 2 minutes. It's like, Mom, I'm stuck in here. Get my friends. It's like, if you want your friends to come over, fine, but they can only be here for 2 hours. Dinner is in 2 hours. And his friends all end up coming over, and they all go in there to find him heroically, and it's all just their imagination. If I had a kid who was doing something like that, I'm lost in here. I made a maze. Get my friends. I see all of his friends going there, and they're like rumbling around. That would be the cutest goddamn thing I've ever seen in the world.
But it almost had like a vibe with it.
Yeah.
They had these kids trying to survive, but the bad guy felt so evil. You could tell it's evil. And that's what this...
It would have
not
worked.
the Minotaur, but like the hand...
The face and all those puppets.
Yeah, that was creepy. And that felt like true evil trying to get these people.
Yeah, this would have been way better with kids.
It would have.
Way better.
I feel so sorry for you guys because I feel torn apart in two different directions. I felt the girlfriend was unrelatable because I think a real woman would just bitch and complain about the mess in the house and the fact that people are dying, and her boyfriend doesn't give a shit about their personal friends, doesn't take responsibilities for the things that he's done, puts his pride of his creativity above everything. And I mean, she held her tongue all the time. She never bitched about anything. I'm like, what kind of woman is this? And that threw me off. That I'm like, this is not real. Of course, everything was full of imagination, and that was very different. But I was so angry at the woman for not like doing her part and reprimanding this guy for just letting these things happen. If you create something that causes people to die, that I don't take that shit. I'm sorry. That was not
no one
allowed.
died. See,
to me it felt like people were dying because it had like these evil creatures that
the problem you're not looking at this through the eyes of a guy. You're looking at this through the eyes of a girl. A guy comes in, you know what I do? The moment I come in there, let's say I go to Ray's house, right? The moment I come in there, I see that, I'm like, oh shit, man, what is this? This looks dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it big inside?
Yeah, let's go take a look.
You made this? You made this? This is dope. This is awesome.
Yeah.
That's what a guy does. A woman comes home, what the fuck is this shit?
Exactly.
And you just like kick it over. I've been to work all fucking day.
When she came in the apartment, she was like, I'm gonna go take a shower. But really, she should have, like, in her mind, she would have been like, by the time I get out of the shower, this shit better be clean.
That's just what I'm talking about. That's what you don't have. A man always has the merriment and the wonder of a child until you women take that shit and rip it out of us with marriage. Yeah. We have the imagination. Then you women show up and fuck it all up. But, I'm saying that's how we see it. So when I see this, I'm like, oh, it's so wonderful. It's so great. Me and Ray are like, oh, this is great, man. We would just hold hands and frolic through the box place. But, and you're like, I wouldn't take that shit. I'll take that shit and burn that shit down.
Like the hipster. But
they all are. Yeah, in this movie, they're all hipsters.
That was with the guy with the little triangle shirts. When he died first, she was not even bitching about, she was a little scared. Oh my God, he died. But she was not like, this is your fucking fault. I can't believe I'm stuck in it. That was very unrealistic.
That's why
and
I said
a couple
it
that
should have.
super loved each other.
That's why we say it should be all kids. They know it's not real.
Yeah, they know it's not real.
None of this the fact that no one's freaking freaking out. None of this can possibly be real.
Yeah.
And they know it's not real. This is all imagination. Maybe it's grown-ups pretending to be kids to get childlike exuberance, the youth. I'm going to imagine. Maybe if you got like a daughter or something like, and she's like, look, mommy, I got a cave here. You don't say, yeah, it's not a fucking cave, you idiot. No, you go in there, you pretend it's a cave. You know, you pretend to be a kid. Yeah. You lose yourself in that little fantasy sort of thing. And I figured that's what they were doing because no one really kind of cared that people were getting killed. Like, yo, man, I went by there. Fucking Jake got killed, man. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I put traps in here. It's fucked up, bro.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's like, I don't fucking care. No one's really dying, man.
That chick lost her head and was like, oh, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, she got that paper cut, man.
Oh, man.
Paper cut right through her jugular.
I wasn't expecting that.
And the streamers came up. I was like, oh, shit. That was awesome.
That was funny.
So what do you give it?
I'm going to give this a low full price. I was really entertained all the way through. Like, it didn't matter if you spoiled it. Most of the true genius of this movie is the visuals. And the visuals is not like over budget effects. It's just like the creativity of this, just cutting paper together, collages, and then putting that idea to work.
Yeah. No, I completely get you because for me, I'm going to get it straight down the middle full price because the story is stupid.
It is stupid.
There's nothing to do with the story. You can look at this like 2 minutes in and realize, this story's this is ridiculous.
I was like, waiting.
It's not meant to be taken serious.
I was waiting.
So
when are they going to get into the maze? I want to see what this bullshit is about.
Yeah, it's like it can't be as big of a deal. I thought it was going to be like a thing with his psyche.
Yeah.
But when they went in there, they were taking it so seriously, and the visuals are so incredibly
subtle but impressive at the same time.
For it to be a labyrinth, at one point when they think they made it out of the box, they actually get out of the entrance of the box that he made to find a copy of their entire apartment made of boxes. So it wasn't really the exit. It was just a room he made that looked exactly like their apartment with the entrance to the box in the exact same way that you would get into the box.
Because I guess he was trying
to... Why did you do that? Why would you make that? But it's still awesome. It's like, goddamn, it's our fucking apartment. It was really, really creative, really awesome. You know, and at some point before they got there, he had apparently lost his hand and replaced it with a cardboard hand.
No. He put his hand into
the mystical vagina.
And it converted his hand into a cardboard hand. I guess that's my interpretation.
This is some weird shit that would be in the mind of a kid. I lost my hand while I was here. I now have a robotic cardboard hand. So you know I'm badass.
The forbidden thing that.
Yeah, it was like there was like a box vagina. It only affected the men. They're like, hey, let me go over there real quick. I gotta check the sound mic. No, keep walking. Don't go over there.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a box vagina. So yeah, because of the visuals and the creativity, it deserves a full price. And what do you give it?
Oh man.
So what do you give it?
I give it a rental.
God damn. I'm sorry, not even a matinee. You know, there's a matinee that comes between rental and full price. You drop straight past the matinee.
Yes.
Lady, you are cold fucking hearted.
It got to my emotion. It pissed me off.
This is why I should have said they shouldn't have been based on kids. I think the reason why they did adults is because they could get away with more riskier jokes, but I think those riskier jokes fell flat. They really didn't need that.
I think that's exactly why they went with adults.
Like the sexual jokes?
Yeah, the vagina and all that.
It didn't need it. It didn't really need that.
It didn't. Take all the sexual stuff out. In fact, no, you know what? Let's really push the envelope. I would have kept all those jokes in there.
And they're just kids.
With the kids, yeah. I would have kept the jokes with the kids too.
You know, you might be like, yo, why are kids doing all these adult jokes? I mean,
little boys are curious about vaginas, and they've probably seen it somewhere. And
exactly.
You know, they came from it, so they're probably
you have a little girl. Why'd you make a paper mache version of this girl? No reason. Like, yeah, but you're in here by yourself and there's no one else here. You just decide to make a paper mache version of that girl? Shut up. You know, and the little girl is just always happy. Oh, cool. High five. High five. Yeah, I can see a little girl doing that. That would have been... That would be cute. That would be cute. I would love that, dude. But since we have 2 against 1, overall rating is enthusiastic full price. Everybody go out and go see Dave built a maze.
Yeah.
Good movie. It's on Amazon. I don't know where else it might be, but whatever.
I could actually see this movie being ripped off by a bigger studio and then making
anything could get ripped off by a bigger studio. They got no ideas.
Yeah. All right, guys, don't forget to visit our website at g2ta.net and gottatalkabout.com. And you can also listen to us at g2ta.podbean.com. This is the fellas.